Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another movie review from the SmartAssPodCast. I'm Chris.
Hello there, this is Eli, Sarwikiwang.
And we're about to give you a follow-up to our commentary on Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, 1987.
Freddy Krueger.
Personally, my favorite in the franchise. It slightly more than part one, but like almost a tie, because I love the original one too. Wes Craven, rest in peace. Love the film.
The original one was more horror, I would say, than this one.
The first one was definitely more horror with like some fantasy elements. This is a fantasy adventure film with horror elements.
Definitely a lot of comedy in it too.
This is the turning point from when Freddy went from being like scary to awkward, then to funny, because part 2 is a little awkward, but this is a fucking classic one, and this is what fans of the franchise especially to say is the real original sequel. They kind of negate part 2 because it has certain overtones that like are a little odd for the series, but I still like part 2.
Yeah. They bring back the woman for the first one,
but they do bring back Nancy Thomas, Heather Langenkamp from fucking Langenkamp. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I love you.
I'm sorry.
But
forgive us.
But Nancy comes back and she's the final girl from the first movie, and honestly, like I love the Halloween franchise.
Yep.
But and like Halloween, the first John Carpenter's Halloween is like one of my fucking favorite films of all time. Like it's definitely upper echelon like filmmaking. But I honestly like Heather Langenkamp as Nancy Thomas more than you'll like this part more than Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode.
I do like that. Give him a round of applause for
that. I love Laurie Strode and I love Jamie Lee Curtis, especially a lot more than he does. But in franchise, Heather Langenkamp's Nancy Thomas is just a stronger character. She builds herself up more and like she starts building booby traps and shit like that. Spoilers alert but they're over fucking 30 years old at this point, so get over it. But she's strong in the first movie. She kicks Freddy's fucking ass.
Yeah, she does.
And then she comes back in this and like. It sucks that more of Wes Craven's original draft for Part 3 didn't come through.
Yep.
Because she does do some like she does fucking chew the scenery a bit in this one, and like in a good way. Like she like has like her fucking moments, but she could have been more prevalent in this movie.
Yeah, definitely.
But I do love that they brought her back.
Sadly, rewrites caused that to go a different direction.
Yeah, but it still ended up being a fucking amazing movie.
Yeah, it was
and I like they brought in the whole like. Supernatural fucking element on like the teenager side. Like, I like shit where fucking like high school kids have superpowers. Like I love the Persona series. Shit have got me that side.
It's my first time seeing this movie. Once again, another first time, as you would like to say.
Another cherry pop.
My cherry has been popped, but it was pretty good. My favorite scene, I've got to say, is Freddy Snake.
Everyone loves the Freddy Snake.
Freddy Snake. That is
just swallowing Patricia Arquette whole.
And Nancy, that's her name?
Nancy comes
into the dream with glass to the eye of the snake.
Yup, with a fucking broken mirror.
She's trying to swallow her whole and spits her half out. It's great.
It's fucking great. Yeah, because all the kids in this movie are in a mental institution.
Yep.
Which is oddly named after a fucking local area fucking middle school on Western Hills.
A little strange.
This is just long as a
little odd there.
But all these kids are in there for different sleeping disorders, and one of them is Patricia Arquette.
Yeah.
Who is the first one to unlock a psychic power, a dream ability. She's dragging people into her dreams.
Yeah, she's building that the house from the first movie with
Yeah, she's building Nancy's house from the first movie with like paper mache and shit.
Popsicles.
And speaking of that, I got popsicle sticks and paper mache. Yeah. While she's fucking drinking a can of Coke and eating fucking like Sanka crystals.
Spoonfuls of fucking coffee grinds. Ugh.
It'll keep you up, though.
Oh, yeah, I bet. It'll give you a heart attack, too.
Yeah, no shit. Speaking of fucking the house, though, we gotta talk about the soundtrack, because the house shows up in the music video for fucking... We gotta talk about Dream Warriors, the song, and fucking, like...
Dream Warriors.
We gotta talk about Dokken. Don Dokken keep doing your shit, but that fucking Dokken's fucking great. The whole album's stellar, and like the Into the Fire's playing when the movie first starts. Like, you keeping heavy metal to keep her up with the fucking Coke and the coffee.
What about the first scene when she's building that, taking a sip of her Coke with the teaspoon of coffee, and the mom comes in?
Mom's like, I'm trying to get laid.
Go to bed.
Go to bed, you bastard.
She's like, Mom, the guy's gonna get me in my dreams.
Go to bed. You just hear this guy downstairs like, "Where's the bourbon?
Where's the bourbon? I'll be right down.
I'll be down, Daddy. Ooh, hope you brought condoms. Magnum, bitch.
I love zucchini.
She does. So, you get the fucking bed. Mommy needs to get laid. Like, what the fuck, Mom?
Mommy needs her time.
But Mom, like 20. Like, what the fuck?
Go to bed.
Go to bed. Yeah. So her mom sent her to the mental institution because she doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. So what, she ended up cutting her wrist, Freddie
cut her wrist, but when the mother got there, she was awake, and it looks like she did it to herself.
Yeah, there we go. Sleepwalking or whatnot.
And that's where we get to introduce not only the fucking kids, but also a young, baby-faced Lawrence Fishburne, Morpheus.
Great.
As fucking Larry fucking Fishburne.
Physically fit.
In his first
prime.
In his first major role after fucking playing Cowboy Curtis on Pee-wee's Playhouse back in the day.
Morpheus.
No Jerry Curl like Pee-wee's Playhouse. But it's
blue
before
pill
the red pill. Well, they're taking Hypnocil. That's the pill they were taking.
Yes, they were.
Stay awake.
Stay awake.
No dreams.
It's not good.
But yeah, before he was bald, but after the Jerry Curl, we had Lawrence Fishburne as like thin professional, playing one of the head orderly.
His prime.
Max. Yeah, and then you meet all the other kids. You have like Kincaid. Like
Kincaid's
the big,
my favorite. I think
he's definitely my favorite too because he's a bastard. Like. We gotta watch part 4 then, even if we don't do a commentary because
check it out.
Because the original Dream Warriors do come back, and spoiler alert, they kill off all the surviving Dream Warriors and fucking
even the Bond.
And yeah, they kill off everyone and bring in all new characters for part 4. New Line didn't know what the fuck they were doing back then, but it was the house that Freddy built, so they kept fucking building movies.
Yep.
But so you got fucking you got him, you got fucking Joey, you got fucking. The other kids I can't remember off the top of my head. You got
it's okay. There's a bunch of those
Rugrats. You got the crippled kid in the wheelchair.
The mute.
The mute. But
the wizard.
That was the crippled kid in the wheelchair. He's like, I play D&D. I am the Wizard Lord. I'm the Wizard Master.
I am the Grand Master.
And he's like fucking Freddy up with some old fashioned fucking animation. Oh, it's great.
Didn't turn out well for him, but anyway.
It did not. Patricia Arquette was like fucking over there, like I said, dragging people into her dreams.
Yep.
You get the fucking drug addict. It's like, I'm bad. He loved the massive mohawk. He loves 80s mohawks on women.
Mohawk. That was insane.
He loves hardcore women with big mohawks.
No, I do not. She's gonna poke my eye out.
I do. That's all she's poking out.
Oh.
And then we get the girl who wants to be on TV who Freddy gives his infamous line. And my favorite effect in the movie.
Time for prime time, sweetie.
Here's welcome to prime time, bitch.
There we go.
That's yeah, it's fucking great. Just the fucking Freddy's head and the arms come out.
More Fishburne walks in. How did this happen?
Holy shit!
I didn't leave her alone.
These kids keep killing themselves.
How did she get her head on the TV?
She was short too.
It's like 3 feet off the ground.
Did she jump? What the fuck happened?
There's no chair there. Olympic jumper.
Yeah. And then, oh god, that's a good movie. But after 2 funerals later, they fucking end up figuring out the hell's going on. Fucking Joey gets he fools around with that nurse who doesn't happen to be a nurse. She happens to be Freddy Krueger. Freddy pulled a tall man. He fucking he just comes up and drag and just starts taking his top off. And Freddy had nice boobies in this movie.
Yeah,
I'll say that much.
Starts tying them down with
tongues,
strange stuff there.
But they eventually get to him in time to keep him alive. But he's in a fucking coma at this point.
Yeah.
And this is where shit starts getting fucking fucked. And Nancy decides to let's fucking put these kids to sleep and try to figure out how to fuck this guy up.
Try to put them in a coma. Well, not a coma, a trance or
something. Yeah, they hypnotize them.
Yep.
And that's where they learn about their dream powers.
Yeah, and who's the head lady? She was not happy about this.
She was pissed, the old lady.
She was not happy. She was miserable
She was fucking
movie.
Pissed.
She is by the book
to
a T.
And then the other doctor, fucking Neil, the one that's the whole movie's just trying to bang fucking Heather Langenkamp's character. He's trying to bang Nancy. He's like, yeah, whatever you say. I'll give these kids fucking drugs that might not work.
I'll put your daddy in his place.
I'll do whatever you want me to do.
I'll spank your daddy for you.
Yeah. But then again, if fucking Nancy Thomas was doing something for me, I'd be like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want.
I'm daddy now.
I'm like, yeah, I am the daddy now. I'm like,
I am the captain.
I'm like, not a simp. I'm a fucking captain. So they find out from what turns out to be a spooky old nun who turns out to be Freddy, a spoilers. Freddy's mother, the ghost of Freddy's mother.
What a creepy story she tells us.
It's a fucked up story. She was a young girl working at the hospital for the mentally insane. Got accidentally locked in over the holiday weekend. Yeah. And was brutally...
Didn't they not find her for a few days after that,
A few days after, they were hiding her around. Like, and...
Passed her around doing horrible things.
They passed her around like a box of chocolates. And
not good.
No. Anyway, Freddy is the bastard child of 100 maniacs.
Yes.
And you find that out, and she also tells the fucking the doctor that they have to find the corpse to put the spirit to rest.
Lay him to rest.
Finally. This is before those sperm demon from part 6. Like, oh, give him powers. This is a much better origin story for Freddy.
I'm not looking forward to that one.
No, wait, Freddy's dead. The box office was dead. I don't know about the fucking about Freddy. But so they decide to go find Freddy's body, and we all know that in the first one it was the parents of the Elm Street kids who killed Freddy. They got
all the kids' parents.
Yeah, they got street justice. They burned his ass alive in his own fucking his own furnace.
Then we find out they stored his body in the junkyard.
In the junkyard, and then you get some awesome Ray Harryhausen-like effects with this fucking killer skeleton.
Yep.
He's fighting motherfuckers. He's beating up. He killed fucking Nancy's father.
Hits the doctor in the head
with a shovel, which is the funniest fucking thing ever.
Probably the best thing. Falls right in the ditch he dug.
Yeah, we've been watching a lot of movies with like killer skeletons in them, like Army of Darkness. Yeah. We don't have to watch Jason and the Argonauts next.
Yep. What about he starts throwing dirt
in his face?
And all of a sudden he disappears and goes back to the dream reality of the dream world.
Yep, it's fucked up. But eventually he comes to fucking little holy water and crucifix, throw the fucking bones in the dirt, give it a proper burial, and Freddy...
See you later.
Freddy's fucked. Yeah. But not before, sadly, Nancy gets...
Nancy was... I was not expecting this at all.
Yeah, I'm still not happy about it years later.
She did not make it.
She did not.
He tricked her. She thought it was Daddy.
She thought it was Daddy.
It was not Daddy.
It was not Daddy.
And not the doctor, her actual daddy, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Daddy.
Get your head out the gutter.
Save her for Nerd Chris of the Week next week. But, yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't use her this week. That would have been a good one.
Yeah, but I just finished that book, so she...
Jill Valentine.
She was in my... Okay. Yeah, she was in my head and my heart. Okay. But anyway... Nancy sadly dies, but some of the kids remain, and they go on to lead happy, healthy, productive lives until part 4, where they get murdered off one by one.
Not Kincaid. I can't see my man Kincaid going down.
It sucks.
His comments, he's such a douche.
He's such an asshole. I love that kid so much.
Your ass, Freddy. Where are you, Freddy? I'm gonna kick your ass. Come
Freddy Krueger, pussy. I fucking love that kid. Like, you want to go to the box again? He's like, no. Locking me in the room and shit.
Do not put me in the box.
I fucking love that kid.
What about when they're all in the box and Freddy's just like breaking through the walls?
That's fucking cool as shit. That's an effect they brought back from part 1, which was amazingly done with practical effects.
Yeah.
They laid a tight piece of fucking rubbery fabric over a frame so he could push through it. Fucking great. They tried to remake that in the remake, but they used CG and it looks so fake it's not fucking funny. Jackie Earle Haley, you're not my Freddy.
Jaws 3D.
Hashtag not my... At least that was shitty 80s
shark floating in air.
It's it gets closer without the fins moving or the gills moving.
And it's not so bad it's good. It's just bad.
I think it's so bad it's good. And you still haven't seen fucking Jaws the Revenge where the shark jumps out of the water and roars like a lion.
No,
That's a thing, people. That's a fucking thing that happened back then.
Oh, Jesus. Is that Steven Spielberg, or did he pass that on? Thank God. All right. He did the first one.
He did the first one. He disappeared.
He knows better then. He knew it was a one and done thing. He couldn't do as good as he did with the first one. It was over.
The first was fucking a beautiful movie. Anyway, back to Freddy. Robert Englund, I love you. Keep acting. I met you at Comic-Con a couple of times. You were very nice to me.
You're a gentleman.
You are a gentleman. I have a picture of him somewhere.
Not everyone's a gentleman when you meet them.
That's true.
So it's always refreshing to meet people you enjoy.
Yeah, and it was the end of the con, and he didn't even charge me or anything. He's just
good guy.
Really good guy. Love you, Robert Englund. Keep acting.
Keep it up.
Come back as Freddy.
How old is he?
He's
up there, 60s?
He's got to be in his late 60s, early 70s, because he's going gray. He's about Mark Campbell's age.
Is he English? No.
He's probably English descent, but he's American.
Yeah, he's American.
But because the last name England, but He used to be roommates with Mark Hamill back in the day. That's one of my favorite stories. He went to audition for Han Solo.
That's awesome.
And they told him he was a little too old for the part. So he went home. Mark Hamill was eating like fucking peanut butter out of the jar watching the Mary Tyler Moore Show on TV. And he's like, hey, Mark, they're looking for some people for this thing called Star Wars and George Lucas.
Go check it
shit.
out.
He's like, they're looking for a kid about your age, like the fucking as a main character. He's like, fuck it.
And that's history, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's how Luke Skywalker became Luke Skywalker. His friend's like, you should probably go look for this job.
Yeah.
He's like, you have to pay your share of the rent.
It's worth taking.
He's like,
what about the story with
are you getting peanut butter out of the jar? The fuck?
Lucas and Spielberg, they both with Encounters of the Third Kind and Star Wars, they both took a stake out of each movie.
Yeah, because they knew they were both going to be great.
Yep.
And fucking
pretty interesting.
They're good, yeah. And that's what
it worked out for both of them. They made money on both of those movies.
It was cool having friends in Hollywood back then.
Yeah.
But it worked out for them. It worked out for fucking Mark Hamill and Robert Englund, two of my favorite actors.
Yeah,
I'll watch them in anything. Keep bringing back Luke on The Mandalorian and fucking
yeah.
Remake the sequel trilogy and make Mark Hamill a better badass as my Luke Skywalker should be. And fuck it, Star Wars bring in Robert Englund.
Do it.
That'd be cool to see him as like a fucking. He would obviously play
those knives, lightsabers.
Lightsaber
like
claw hand.
Like Wolverine lightsabers or whatever. It'd be pretty cool.
Do something. If not a Jedi, make him like a fucking Sith. He'd play. Yeah. We already know he plays a good bad guy.
Do it.
And with that, Robert Englund, we love you.
Yeah.
Fucking Heather Langenkamp, we love you too.
Nancy.
And this. Go check out A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors.
It's highly recommended. I enjoyed it from my first watch.
I'm giving it 10 stars. It's one of my favorite fucking horror movies, period.
I'll give it a 7.5. Excellent movie.
It's not bad for his first time watching, especially.
Could be better. First one's better. I would give the first one a 9.5.
I can't fault you on that one.
But good movie.
It's definitely a good movie. Check it out. We highly recommend it. Anyway, I'm Chris.
This is Eli, Sir Wookie Wang.
And this has been another movie review by the SmartAssPodCast. Good night, Internet.
Good day.